What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of the Lollipodcast. I'm joined today, once again, by the wonderful, the amazing, the one and only trombonerist. Hello.
Can't fucking believe it. I'm back here in this goddamn chair in this goddamn podcast.
Yeah, we're forcing him to be here again.
It's against my will. Please help.
Send help.
Zombie Chronicles.
Hashtag save trombone. Yeah. But today, we also have a new cast member here, which is Dr. Pepper. Hello, Dr. Pepper.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Welcome to the podcast. Hopefully he enjoys it.
I'm not gonna lie, Pepsi's a little bit better than Dr. Pepper, but you know.
Oh, here we go. Oh my god.
Don't you say shit about Dr. Pepper now.
Oh, we'll talk about it. That's for sure. I don't like Dr. Pepper. Fun fact.
What? You don't like Dr. Pepper?
I do not like Dr. Pepper.
Are you talking about the drink or about the guy in the podcast right now with us?
What's the difference between the two again?
One of them is a drink you can drink. The other one is a Simon you can't drink.
I hate them both equally.
Alright.
I don't even drink it, and it's my username.
You don't drink Dr. Pepper?
Mm-mm.
Do you like it? Like
Sort of.
This is
I just
really
thought the
deep.
name was funny. Imagine a Dr. Pepper.
Well, it's like lollipop. I don't eat lollipops like like
Bro,
twice a year or
lollipops are
something.
amazing.
You're like you're like the only one who has a username that is actually like related to something you do. Like you play trombone, right?
Yeah, I do play trombone. By the way, I noticed that I have Nick there. Just in case that confuses people, my actual alias is Trombone. That's just my first name.
Yeah, I think
Because, you know.
people figured it out in the first episode, but yeah.
Nah,
Nah.
I didn't figure it out.
Oh,
Some
for those who
douchebag
didn't
was
see
there
the first
impersonating me.
episode, yeah, there you go. That's why he's called Nick, pretty much.
Yeah, it's better to call me Nick instead of Trombone because I'll never answer the trombone at times. Unless you're Lollipop.
Yeah, I always call him trombone. I mean, it's way
There have been
better.
a few times you have called me, even like, "Hey, Nick,
Yeah.
Nick." And I'm like, "Whoa,
Whoa.
easier." I see.
Yeah, alright. Well, today's episode is going to be centered on unfinished video games on release, and basically give our thoughts and opinions on why, unfinished games suck, pretty much, and, why we think they happen and stuff. So, I want to start by talking about AAA unfinished games specifically, and what I mean by AAA is, like, the big companies, the big budget boys who,
Big ones.
the big ones, the Call of Duties, the Fallouts, the
Bethesda, the Activision, the
Yeah,
Treyarch,
exactly.
the Infinity Ward,
You know,
now not Sledgehammer, but
companies that have the money and the time and the employees to make great games, but just put out shit, unfinished garbage. What would you say is the worst of them all? What's the worst company out there in terms of like unfinished games?
I actually gotta think about that one. I want to say Bethesda, and I know some
Same.
people would say Bethesda, but
I mean-
This year has been pretty fucking rough.
it's been awful for Bethesda. But I honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. I love Bethesda. I've loved them ever since I was a little kid. I loved playing Oblivion. I played the shit out of Oblivion. I played the shit out of Skyrim. I didn't like their Fallout series, but I did get into Fallout 3 earlier this year, actually, and I did finish it for once. I finally finished Fallout 3, and I really enjoyed it. But
Mhm.
I could, like, when I try to go into their more recent games, like Fallout 4 or 76 even, I just can't.
Oh boy, 76, what a mess.
Yeah, four. I couldn't force myself to finish it.
No,
And the thing
same
about-
for me. I didn't even finish Fallout 4. Like, I played so many side missions and stuff. I have a lot of playtime
Yeah.
on it, but I just never finished it. I just never had the motivation to actually, like, finish the main quest. It's just,
Like, how many of us actually finished like the storyline just because?
I've literally only, like, I think that's my least amount of playtime in all the Fallouts.
mhm.
So I never liked it. Like, I tried so hard to get into it, I just couldn't. It was just
Well,
too much.
even Fallout 3, I don't think I've finished the main story.
I really got into it this time around. For some reason, something changed. I really enjoyed my playthrough of it. I didn't understand why, but
The
it was
thing
really
about
good.
yeah, the thing about Fallout for me is like I really enjoy this universe. It's always been very interesting for me, but then the games just aren't that compelling to me. I don't know. It's like I'm not a big fan of RPGs, first of all. So like just that start, I'm not a big like I don't like Skyrim really or any other
Yeah,
RPG out there. I like Fable, but that's like a really really soft version of RPGs, I guess you could
it's
say.
more linear
Oh yeah,
than
very
what
much.
Skyrim and Oblivion and such are
Yeah.
compared.
Like it's not
Feels more arcade like.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. But I don't
which is
know.
actually
Fallout was just the game. There's something about the gameplay that just didn't take me off. Like I don't know. I just never got into it. Fallout 4 was a bit better gameplay wise, but even then, it's like I never finished it.
You know what's great? I just realized we actually, for the cast that we have, it's actually really smartly picked because you're a guy that doesn't like RPGs that much. You're not like really big into, like Skyrim and all those big, like the really big ones.
No.
And I'm like, and I'm here like I love Skyrim. I somewhat like Fallout. I haven't gotten into New Vegas yet. I'm trying to. I just haven't.
Hmm.
And I'm really excited for some of the other stuff. Like I'm excited for Obsidian Entertainment's The Outer World. And
Yeah, that
I'm
looks
one of
pretty
those
good.
guys. And I'm one of those guys. I'm really hyped for Elder Scrolls 6 when that gets announced. It's been like 8 years, and they finally teased it.
I'm
So
so
now I'm like,
scared
Yeah.
for
I
that
really want to
game.
Yeah, I
get it.
was gonna say, aren't you
I
scared about it now
I
with
am, and as well, and I am really scared for it, especially with what I've seen. But
Mhm.
I think the thing is, how they didn't have Fallout 4 in production for 8 years. If I'm correct. I
No,
think for the Elder
definitely
Scrolls,
not. No.
they're definitely taking the safe approach to it. They're making sure it's perfect, basically, and it's going to be like a great experience. That's what I think they're going to do with Elder Scrolls. I think that's why they waited so long, because then they saw what happened with Fallout 4, and then like, oh shit, and then they released New Vegas. I'm sorry, 76, and they're like, oh fuck.
I don't know.
So
I feel like after releasing Fallout 4, they would have already been trying to make something better, and then they released 76, and you're like, well, they don't care. So why would they
76 is
even
just a
care about
reskin.
Elder Scrolls 6? For me, it doesn't really. I don't know. Like, I'm not a big Bethesda fan. Like, I
Oh
play
yeah,
some Fallout games, but the other games I play from Bethesda aren't even made by them, like Doom and stuff. That's ID Software. So it's like. I don't know. I'm not an Elder Scrolls fan, but if I was, I'd be very scared for Elder Scrolls 6. Like,
I'm one of the biggest. I'm not going to tell myself the biggest. I am a big, humongous Elder Scrolls fan. I don't
hmm.
follow the lore as much. I don't like to try and get that deep into it, but I will spend months on end playing Elder Scrolls games, and it's a lot of fun for me because I just really enjoy them.
Well, I can see why you're
That's just me.
hopeful about it then. It's like, I hope the game's good, you know.
Oh, me too. Me
But
too.
we'll
I'm
we'll
scared.
we'll have to wait and find out, I guess.
I'm scared, but I have hopes.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I don't want to think negatively about it. I want to. I want to. I'm gonna assume that good is gonna come out of it, and I'm going to
Hmm.
try to look past the negative. If there is something negative about it, and it's like bad negative, then I will focus. Like I'll shift kind of towards it. Like I'll notice it
Yeah.
basically.
All right. So we touched a little bit about on Fallout 76, but why do you think it was such like why did they rush it out so fast? Because
I don't know.
there were actually interviews with the devs where they said, always had the release date. Like it was always going to release on this date, no matter how the game is finished or if it's not or whatever. That's the time it comes out. It doesn't change. And they were saying, that's the time they have, and the game came out. Why do you think Bethesda would like set themselves like, why not just allow them to have one more year or something to have a better experience instead of releasing the game and just fixing it in updates? You know?
I honestly think they were over ambitious with the project. I think it was one of those things that they had the mindset. They know they were just going to port the Fallout 4 engine over, so they just had to make multiplayer work. But in the end, it just became way too much of a hassle because they said in an interview, who was it? It was No Clip. They did an interview with Bethesda. They did basically all the Bethesda games like Fallout and Elder Scrolls leading up to Fallout 76 coming out. And I believe Todd Howard was quoted on saying that they design multiplayer for most of their games before it releases, and then they take it out to see if it will work.
Mm.
And it's just like, I think they were so ambitious with their what they have done in the past multiplayer wise. I don't think they realized how much of an issue it was going to be if they had done it like an MMO kind of style or like a massive open world.
Yeah.
Like Destiny.
Well, I mean, they made Elder Scrolls Online.
They did, but that was MMO. That wasn't Fallout 76.
But that was developed by Obsidian, wasn't it? Or
No,
some other company.
It was ZeniMax Online.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Obsidian was New Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't in-house Bethesda, but you're saying they were too ambitious. I mean, I look at Fallout 76 and it's just it seems to me like it's the laziest game they could have ever done. It's literally a reskin of Fallout 4 with online. That's all it is, and then it's filled with microtransactions.
I just don't understand why they would release it like that. It was so obvious it was gonna do that.
If they were so ambitious, why would they just release it in this state? Like, I don't think it was an ambitious project at all. I feel like it was just a fucking cash grab at this point.
Cash grab, yeah.
They got cocky with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were like, alright, it doesn't matter, we don't need NPCs or anything, we'll add this later, you know. In this day and age, I feel like the devs are way too... they'll just release the game in a broken state, and they're like, okay, now let's fix it, and a year later, the game is actually done. You know, it's like most games come out, and they're not finished, they're fucking broken. And it's not even Fallout 76, it's every single game. Like, another example would be Black Ops 4. Like,
oh no!
We got Black Ops 4, and it was like, remember when it first came out, you couldn't do more than like 15 rounds in zombies, or the game would crash.
That was a lot. That was PS4 also. Like,
no, on PC as well, and the game still crashes to this day. It happens. Like,
I know it was a humongous problem in PlayStation. That's for sure. It was really big. I don't know about Xbox though. I didn't really hear anything about it.
But yeah, so you have these games that are all broken and unfinished and they crash all the time, but then you look at the other games that came out in the same year, like Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, Resident Evil 2. All these great games, they don't crash. They have good graphics. They've been in development for a while. They are actually done. They're released. They're finished. There you go. You buy the game, you have the game. So why do these AAA companies continue to just put out shitty products? Because they know they know people are gonna buy it anyways, right? Like,
yeah, I remember watching stuff for Black Ops 4, especially when I was with you, and we're like, holy shit, there's not gonna be Juggernog and such. It's gonna be like they're gonna implement some other stuff. And then when we got the game, it was just, it sucked. The way they did it was awful. The graphics looked like Black Ops 2, just a little bit better, and it's like, is this the game they worked 3 years on?
No,
or is this just some shitty ass piece of shit? Because the thing is, I think they literally focused more on Blackout than they did the entire game. It's like,
yeah,
they should have just released Blackout. They should have just made like, okay, this year we're doing Battle Royale, and like, fuck it, you know, if you're gonna focus so much of your time on the Battle Royale, just go all in. Like, they don't have a big enough team to fucking do all these game modes. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Blackout definitely took way too much budget and time, and man, it's...
Had they released Blackout as a free part of the game in which you could just download Blackout and it wasn't part of the game that they had worked on, I would have been fine as long as they didn't pull resources from other parts of Black Ops 4.
Yeah, but it hurts. It hurt the overall experience of the game, because then they put out all this content in this specific game mode, and then the other game modes don't have any content for months. It's like, who are you making this game for? You know? I remember we played Blackout, and we enjoyed Blackout a little bit. In the beta, yes.
In the beta. And then we got, we played the multiplayer. It was alright. I kind of sucked at it still. But I think in multiplayer, our favorite thing was Heist, but like when we got the full game, it's like...
We never even played Heist.
We never? No, Heist was the...
We played it in the beta. That's about it.
Oh, yeah.
When the game released, we never played it. At least I never played Heist.
I played it, and it was more balanced than it was in the beta. Obviously, they fixed a lot of stuff, but like, we got the freaking game, and it's like, we've already played this much of the game. Is this really like what the game is? the only new thing we had to play was zombies, and that was a broken piece of shit.
I think what happened with Black Ops 4 when it released is that we got all the content, and for us being zombie fans, the most, you know, when we got our hands on zombies, we weren't gonna go and play Blackout first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get Black Ops 4, it's like, oh, 4 new maps of zombies? I'm not gonna fucking play Blackout first, I'm gonna play the zombies map. And then you play the zombies, and you realize, wow, they really put all the resources in fucking Blackout. You know, it's like, and then you're frustrated at Blackout. Why would you even play it? It's like, it's ruined your favorite game franchise. You're like, I'm not gonna support this shit. I don't play Blackout.
They really hyped zombies up a lot, and I would understand the hype. Like, I understood the hype. I thought zombies were going to be fucking amazing, but like when it came out, it was just so underwhelming that
the marketing really was.
It was deceiving.
Yeah, they acted like it was revolutionary. It's like, oh, it's the next step in zombies, you know, and all these false promises, and that's another thing that these companies do is that they market their game, they put so much budget in marketing the game. Like Black Ops 4, and I think every Call of Duty ever since Modern Warfare 2 has had a very specific amount of budget for each game, which is $50 million for developing the game, which, mind you, isn't a lot at all for a AAA game, and $200 million for marketing, which is 4 times the fucking amount of money you have for developing the game. It's like, they don't care.
It's kind of crazy.
It's crazy.
It's really, really bad.
It's every single Call of Duty does that. It's like, okay, let's just make the best we can with this budget, and then let's put all the money in the marketing because people are gonna buy it. You know, I don't care if the game's good. They just want you to buy the game. So
honestly, I have really good hopes for Modern Warfare, the reboot. It looks really good.
It looks very good. I really hope it's not disappointing, honestly.
It looks like they put a lot of love into it, and I'm like, I really want to play it, and I'm so excited they announced crossplay.
It's really interesting you say that, because I was watching an interview with Infinity Ward employees. I think it's Game Informer or something, and what the devs were saying, it's the same devs who worked on Ghost and Infinite Warfare. They were saying that's the best game they've ever been creating in their career. Not because it's like the biggest game yet, it's because for once they don't feel rushed. They don't feel like, oh, are we ever gonna be able to finish this in time, you know? At this point right now, the game is finished. They could release it tomorrow. They're in polish mode. I mean, just think about it. They're in polish mode for a Call of Duty game.
And they have what, 2 months until
just that. Alright, that's all I gotta say. Like, I have high hopes, and they're showing a lot of gameplay. There's like more than like 20 hours of gameplay available on YouTube right now, and we're 2 months before release. Black Ops 4, 2 months before release, we barely had like a few little snippets of a few minutes of gameplay before the beta came out.
They never even like we never got zombies gameplay till I think like a few days before it released or something like that.
We didn't have any gameplay. We only got trailers. Yeah, we never had any gameplay of zombies before it came out.
And we had only leaks.
Only leaks, yeah. That was it.
Disgusting.
We've had a lot of those.
Oh, there were a lot of leaks for Black Ops 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching Blood of the Dead the night before it came out, and I was like, oh god, this is cool. But yeah.
It was a really cool map.
The HUD looked terrible, though. That's the first thing everyone noticed. Like,
I agree.
The HUD is shit. It's still shit. But yeah, no, I have hope for Modern Warfare because for once they're not rushing it. It's like it's finished, you know. And I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful finally because they're confident. That's the thing. They're confident about showing gameplay and confident about talking about it. Like they're not shying away. They're not trying to cover it up. They're putting it out there. You know, they're like, look at the game. That's the game. That's what you're getting. That's what you're gonna get when you buy it. And
yeah, you know that it's not like, I don't know, dismissive,
yeah.
Dismissive.
Yeah, like Black Ops 4, it's like they were trying to like not talk too much about it, keep it a surprise. They're like, because they didn't have anything to show. You know,
it's a great surprise. It's just like you're leaving a shit in the toilet.
No.
Oh god damn. Well, yeah, definitely. I think Modern Warfare is gonna be great. At least it's gonna be finished.
I know you were like a tiny bit. I remember talking about it early, and I know you were kind of like, "I'll wait to see." You were like something like, "I'll wait to see for this or that."
Yeah,
And the
when we
second
only
time
had
you
the
saw it, you were
trailer.
like, and then when you saw it, you were like, "Holy shit!"
Because here's the thing: when they first released the first trailer, because keep in mind we had Black Ops 4 beforehand, and I thought they were gonna do the same shit. I was like, Modern Warfare reboot seems like a cash grab. They're gonna play on our nostalgia again. They remastered the game 2 years ago. Why do they even make a reboot? They're just making the same game again. They didn't show any gameplay. You know, I was very skeptical because I was like, Black Ops 4, yeah, whatever. I don't know how to English.
Spectacle is something else.
I'm having trouble too.
Wait, what is it? Wait, what?
Skeptical.
Whatever, man.
SKEP.
Skeptical.
PICA.
I did it.
Skeptic.
I said it.
Yeah, you want to be a spectacle. You can just be something in the sky.
Oh boy, right. Anyways, yeah. So because of Black Ops 4 and how unfinished it was, I thought they were gonna do the same shit. But then you see, in the past months, when the multiplayer reveal happened, they showed so much gameplay, they gave us so much information. They actually, like I'm saying, they're confident, and that makes me confident in their product, you know? That's what changed my mind, is when they actually showed off stuff, and they weren't shy about it.
When they showed the menus, like I was like really surprised, like they're going through all the created class stuff, and it's like, holy shit, this is done? Like, this is good?
It's
like,
there.
It works and such?
It's gonna be there at launch.
I can't wait. It's so good. I can't even wait to play the campaign.
You know, Black Ops 4, there were a lot of false promises because they kept saying, oh, we're going to have factions, that we're going to have this feature, we're going to have this feature. They didn't show any of it. Modern Warfare, they're saying, we're going to have this game mode, we're going to have this mission, we're going to have this feature. They're showing it when they say that.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the factions in Black Ops 4. Maybe
I'll yeah, by the way, they're not there yet. Dude, that's so sad. The next COD is about to come out. We don't even have factions.
They just gave up, I think.
They were like, fuck it,
that's gotta be it.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're ever gonna release factions. Hey. They're like, people are gonna forget about it. It's fine.
Remember the Black Ops pass? It's just a season pass. Because they literally said, alright, we're done with the Chaos story.
Well, you see, Modern Warfare doesn't have a season pass this year, and that's probably because of the backlash from last year with the Black Ops pass. I mean, everybody was just so outraged, like, another season pass? You guys are so outdated, blah blah blah. But what do you think about the season pass, and, like, do you think it's a good or a bad thing? Like, because at the same time, I'm like, okay, no season pass, that's pretty good, you know? But knowing Activision, just wait until Christmas. After Christmas, this game is gonna be filled with microtransactions. They're gonna want to make their money back.
Oh yeah.
Like, if there's no season pass, you know they're gonna put a fucking... there is gonna be something in this game that, like, it's gonna be so, like, not user-friendly, you know? They're gonna be really greedy, I think.
I would only buy a season pass if it's a game that I know I'm gonna play and I know I will love, and I know that I'll probably most likely enjoy the content. For example,
like Black Ops 4?
yeah, fuck that. But no, like, for example, for me, like, Borderlands 3, new game. I really want to get the season pass with it. Thing is, it's like $100, and I know if I don't buy that edition, I'm gonna be spending $110 for the game and the season pass, when I could just spend $100 now for it and not have to take the $10. So,
well, you see, the thing about season passes is DLCs are supposed to be something that adds on to the game. Like, for example, Tomb Raider, I bought the season pass because I was gonna get, okay, I'll have the main game and then I'll have other tombs, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing with Call of Duty or any AAA unfinished game like this, like Battlefield or anything that has a season pass and that is AAA, that we, you know, Sims 4 is another great example of this shit. But DLCs are not add-ons to the game. DLCs are the game. Like, if you don't have the season pass, you don't have the full game. And you're paying double the price just to have something. Like Sims 4, for example. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but to give you an example...
Well, yes.
The base game is so lacking in content. If you don't have any DLCs, it's like you're playing a demo of the game. I'm not even kidding. Like, you play Sims 2 and you play Sims 4, there's so much more content in Sims 2 in the base game. It's incredible. And then Sims 2 has so much DLCs, you're like, what the fuck? It's like you're playing 5 different games in one game. Where Sims 4, you have all the DLCs and it feels like a complete game, you know?
Didn't Sims 4 took a lot away, if I'm correct. They had a city DLC, which I was like, why is this not in the main game? I forget what else they had, but it's like, how come this shit isn't in the game?
The thing,
already?
Exactly, dude. They didn't have toddlers at release. They
Are you serious?
they added toddlers as a free update, and I'm guaranteeing you anything they were gonna make us pay for it, but then the fans wouldn't have liked it. The game didn't have any pools either. They added the pools later. Like,
what the fuck?
you have DLCs of.
Did you have to buy the pools?
No, the pools came on free. Something you had to buy though.
Okay, at least.
They have these well, they're not microtransactions. They're DLC packs, right? They're called the item packs, which basically unlocks new buy mode items for you to put in your house. And one of these things is a jacuzzi. Alright, I'll let you guys guess. Just a jacuzzi. It's just something you can put your Sims in, okay? It's like a bath, you know? It's how much money, real money, how much money do you think that costs?
$40.
No, come on, man. Be realistic.
Oh, I'm sorry. $39.99.
I'd go with 10.
10? What about you, Trombone?
15.
Yeah, 15 Canadian. So 10 US.
What the fuck?
Okay.
$15 Canadian for a fucking jacuzzi. And you know what? Sims 2 had a jacuzzi at release in 2004.
That's all you get? Just a jacuzzi?
You
for
just
$10?
get a jacuzzi. You get a few like bikini skins or whatever, and that's like, what the fuck? Why is that not in the base game? And you have so many items like this.
If they install it in my house, I don't care. $10 is a good deal for me.
Yeah, but it's a video game though.
Oh.
It's crazy how Sims 4 is greedy. Like, they're so expensive.
Oh,
the items pack.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting.
How greedy they are.
Oh no, it's really like, you thought EA was bad with FIFA or fucking Battlefield, Star Wars. No. Sims 4. The thing is, gamers don't
It's so
really.
funny how The Sims like became this. I just don't get it.
Well, that's the thing, because what I was about to say is like, the big gamers, you know, the one who play games a lot and play a lot of different games.
The big ones.
The big ones, you know, they play stuff like Star Wars, they play stuff like Battlefield. So for them, Sims 4 kind of goes under the radar, kind of like FIFA and stuff.
Why would they put microtransactions on The Sims?
Because it's the casuals who play it. You know, people who don't play other games, like for example.
So they don't know what.
They don't know. They don't understand, and so the only game they play, you know, for example, I know a lot of girls who play The Sims, you know, and that's pretty much the only video game they play. They don't have an Xbox, they don't have any other games, they just have The Sims 4 on their PC, for example, you know, on their laptop. So, when they see a new item pack, oh look, I have a jacuzzi. If they never played Sims 2 back in 2004, they don't know that was in the base game, so they're gonna buy it. Like, they're not invested in the gaming community. They don't understand the microtransaction situation. So for them, it's just, oh, I have to pay for this, I'll pay for that, you know. And I think that's why they make it so gritty in The Sims 4, because they know people are gonna buy it because they don't understand it. So there's so many things. You have like the items packs, which are like $15 each, and they add stuff like fucking washing machines and like, you know,
it was crazy. I think there was stuff that you just could not access in the base game if you didn't pay.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, though.
You have towns you can't access, a bunch of clothing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah.
Because my brother bought it, and I saw that, and I was just amazed how.
It's an early access. It's an alpha. It's a demo. It's not a full release game. But it's a lot better than it was. You know, it came out 5 years ago.
Of course.
They added a lot of free stuff, and, you know, the DLCs go on sale pretty often. I myself had bought a few DLCs just to make the game fucking, you know, the game was like $5. I got the game, I was like, okay, this is shit. So I bought a few DLC just so I can have a complete fucking experience, you know? I was like, oh, I paid the game $5, I'll fucking pay 20 to have a decent game, right? So, yeah, I caved in and fucking paid more to get DLCs. I didn't buy all of the fucking DLCs, though. I only bought the ones that would actually add something to the game. Like, Seasons, I think, is the best DLC you can get, especially if it's half price, because it actually changes the whole map, and you have holidays and stuff like that. Like, that's a DLC pack, something that adds on to the game. Like, I don't think seasons should be in the game at release, in the base game. Like, you don't need Christmas or fucking Valentine's Day, you know, whatever. That can be a DLC pack.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's an add-on at the end of the day. It's always has been in the Sims franchise. But when stuff like jacuzzis or fucking kitchen, or like, what was it, pet stuff?
You want a microwave?
You want a microwave? $15. Like, fuck you, man. You know,
Give me your money.
Give
You
me
get a
your
microwave
money.
skin too. You get some toast. You get a toaster skin. Oh, you can also make toast in the microwave now, apparently.
Yeah, I think the
Want
worst.
some
And microwave
20
mac and
bucks.
cheese. You can make some microwave mac and cheese. Bob Evans.
Oh god, don't you dare mention microwave mac and cheese on my
I had
podcast.
Kraft mac and cheese last night, and I sent that to you,
Yeah.
and I ate it in front of you. Oh, that's so good.
I think the worst DLC though in Sims 4, there's one stuff pack that is called My First Pet Stuff, which is a collection of items for your pets, right?
Yeah.
But if you didn't buy the pets pack,
Oh my god.
yeah, imagine someone who buys that and thinks that it's the pack for the pets, but it's not. It's just items to add on to the pets pack that's already existing.
So then he's forced to buy another pack.
Yes, which is more expensive than this one.
But I like throwing my money at people.
But
It's fun.
why does that pack even exist? Why don't you just have the stuff in the pet stuff pack in the fucking pets pack? Right?
Because
Why
reasons.
why do they have to be two separate packs? They're the exact same thing. Just one doesn't have pets. It's
That's what I'm
ridiculous.
saying, this is crazy. Crazy.
It's, I don't know what the fuck's happening with the Sims franchise at this point. They need a competitor. That's what they need.
Yep.
They need to
Yep.
step it up. They need
Otherwise,
something
it
to.
won't change.
No, exactly. It'll just get worse. Yeah, I don't know. It's bad. It's really bad. Alright, so let's move on to early access games, because we talked a lot about AAA games and how they handle games, but early access games are a whole other level of unfinished games, because, you know, some of them never get finished at all. Like, they never get officially released, and there's a bunch of examples I can name here.
Daisy.
Daisy. You want to talk about Daisy? I'll talk
Oh,
about
so
Daisy.
Let's get in there.
Talk about
you,
Daisy all fucking day.
You have the floor, Lollipop.
Alright, I got it. If you guys don't know, in case you don't know, Daisy is a game that the early access alpha began, I believe, in 2014? 13? About 5 years ago.
Somewhere.
Somewhere like that. Anyways, it was released as an early access, and, you know, people buy the game, and the money that goes into the game is going into the development of the game. Now, if you guys don't know, the development of Daisy was always very slow. It was really taking forever to get content.
Crazy slow.
Crazy slow, like 6 months without anything, and then they add a few features. They reworked the whole engine, and they basically stepped up the game into being a beta after a couple years. Actually, last year they did that. So now the game was in beta, and everyone was like, oh, I'll check it out now. Now, the thing about the new engine is that all the content they already created back in the alpha was not compatible with the new engine. They had to rework everything and code it back. So they basically restarted the game all over again. And what that happened is that they basically polished the game, they made it more stable, they optimized it, and when everything was running smooth and fine, they officially released the game as a 1.0. It's not an early access anymore. That was, I think, in December last year, right before Christmas. Ooh, nice timing.
Wow.
I see what you did there.
Mm.
So, yeah, the game is officially released. Now, here's the problem. Like I said, most of the content in the alpha is not in the game. The game has, like, a quarter of the content it had. Yes, of course, the content it has now works. Some of it, anyways. But it's not fully released. Like, if your game is missing almost more than half the content you had in the alpha, you can't call this a full release. It can't be an official release. And the sad thing about DayZ, it's going in a really weird direction where They
forgot
released the
this
game. They released the game on PC. It's fully released. They released it on Xbox and on PS4. And after they did that, most of the team members just left the studio. They were like, "Okay, the game is released. We're done." You know. And so now the new guys came in and they're like, "Okay, what should we do with this title?" And they're like, "All right, Battle Royale, boys, let's go."
Yeah, that's what's going down.
So that's basically the
Makes no
story
sense.
with Daisy, to keep you up to date. Now, that's not the first time this happens with early access. I mean, we've seen time and time again games that get funded and never get released, and it's just Daisy is still in early access in my eyes. Like they bumped up the price like in a fully released game. But it doesn't have all the content in it. I don't understand what they're doing with DayZ. They're killing it. I don't know. What do you guys think about the whole situation? Like, do you feel betrayed? Like,
I think Daisy
Well.
has forgotten what it is, and it wants to be something else than what it actually should be.
they lost the
If you-
original vision.
They did, and especially after they lost the guy that created all of them. Correct?
Yeah, what was his name?
I don't know his name, but it's like
Yeah.
I remember back in 2000, it was like 14 or 15, maybe 16. He announced, DayZ will be coming to Xbox.
5 years later.
Or 5 years later, around there. Hey, look, DayZ's on Xbox. I don't care anymore.
And here's the thing, not only is Daisy on Xbox, instead of being $30, it's $60. Oh boy, strap onto your horses. It's like, what the fuck? We waited 5 years for this and it's double the price and it has half the content? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Not to mention
So
that everyone on Xbox
scummy.
just murders each other.
It's very scummy. It's like they knew the game wasn't going anywhere. They were like, at least they didn't give up on it. They were like, okay, let's finish it the best we can and then just leave it to someone else. And that's basically what they're doing. They're basically giving up on the game. They made all the money they could with it. They released it on every platform, and they're like, all right, that's our last big, money grab. And now they're leaving the studio, leaving all the garbage to the other guys to fix. And we'll see what they do with it.
Daisy is like it's never gonna have all the content it should have.
There's so much potential in Daisy.
They're stalling and nothing's happening. They're making a freaking battle royale out of nowhere.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like what is that? Where
It's
is
just
it
like
being-
H1Z1. H1Z1, I believe, was a
Yeah,
big
we
zombie
talked
game.
about that.
H1Z1 is a very particular case. It's
For him.
Yeah,
for me, yeah. Before I played DayZ, I played a lot of H1Z1. Now, the thing about H1Z1, it was released as a zombie survival game. Most people know it now as a battle royale, of course, but when it first came out, H1Z1 was a zombie game. It was gonna release on PS4 as a zombie exclusive survival game, and it was early access on PC on Steam, right? But then you had the side game mode, which was the battle royale. But then the battle royale just got so much more player base, and so much more player played that mode instead of the survival mode, that they focused all the development on the battle royale instead of the survival. So, when the game first came out, we got a lot of updates, but then it started to have less and less updates in the survival and more updates in the battle royale. Eventually, they decided to split both games so they could focus one team on the survival and one team on the battle royale, so we'd have consistent updates on both sides, right? That didn't work out. What they did is that's how they explained it to us. Now let me tell you the truth. What they did is they fucking split the game in half, and instead of being the one game, H1Z1 being $20, now both games were $20 each. There's no new content. It's like, if you want to get both, it's $40.
That's stupid.
That's really stupid. Because then the main game, a week earlier to that, was $20 for the same amount of content. So they separated each game. They're like, okay, we're gonna put one team on each. They didn't do that. They put the whole fucking team on Battle Royale, and they basically just let the survival game die off. And that's exactly what happened. It died. You don't believe me?
Yeah.
Try and go on Steam right now and search for Just Survive. It's not there. You know
They got
why?
rid of it, right?
The servers are down. You cannot buy, you cannot play the game anymore. Oh,
That's just the dumbest thing in the world.
so the game actually came out on PS4, the Battle Royale. The survival game never made it. The reason I bought H1Z1 was to play the zombie game mode, and that never got released. It never got finished, and I never got a refund. And so, like, imagine someone who specifically bought the survival game, not even the Battle Royale. Keep in mind that a Battle Royale was $20, so imagine someone who decides to buy only the survival game, $20. They can't even play it anymore. They don't have access to the game. They never got a refund or anything. That's disgusting. Why are they allowed to do that? Why is this legal? Like, you can't just remove a game from someone and not refund or anything, right? It's like you buy the game, you own the game, you should be able to play it whenever, you know.
I mean, it's a solo experience. Why would you remove it? Like,
It's like, it's not like it was a game mode, a part of the Battle Royale, you know?
Hold up. Zombies was online, right? Survive?
Yes, it was online.
Okay, I'm wrong. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant like as a single game mode or something.
Yeah, no, I thought it was single player.
No, it's basically DayZ, but more arcade.
Alright.
That's pretty much what it was. It's, you know, it's a survival game. So yeah, it's like, they didn't even like, because, you know, they could have made like a post like, okay, we're closing off the official servers. If you guys still want to play, you can make your own servers with the community servers or whatever. No, you can't even launch the game anymore. So it's like,
yeah, that's what's fucked.
Even if someone would want to pay for a server in order to play, they couldn't. They can't access the game whatsoever. It's really bad. It's really bad because, like, I like to go back and play old games I like. Like, when I get a nostalgia trip and I'm like, oh, I want to play this game I haven't played in a while. You know, sometimes I want to play H1Z1, and when I go and I'm like, oh, I can't. That's a shame, you know.
Wait, you wanted to play a game you bought with your money? I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, right. You want to play that game you bought? No, you can't. It's like, imagine if one day you were gonna go and play, I don't know,
Destiny 2,
for example, and then it's just, nope, we removed it from the store. Sorry. What? But I bought it fucking $100. Nope. Sorry, man. That was 5 years ago. Fuck you.
You know, speaking of Destiny, like, I just realized we never talked about Destiny 1 and how it released in such a poor state.
I mean,
it was bad. And mind you, that was before we got all this other shit coming around.
Destiny 1, I bought day one and regretted it so much. I never finished it. I played for like 2 days and I was done.
It took me a while just to finish the story. And then, like, you look at people at Bungie, they're like, yeah, like, they were so excited. They had all these plans for the story. They want the story to go in one direction. Activision's like, nope, redo the story.
Activision.
Activision
nope, release the game.
Then redo the story. And yeah, they had to release the game. And they tried to fix it with the expansions. Expansions added basically nothing for Destiny 1. And then they added the Taken King, which fixed a bunch of issues and added a new story that was really well thought out, and it was given time to develop and such.
Yeah.
And then they released the Rise of Iron, their last DLC. And I'm pretty sure Activision, after seeing how Destiny 1 released at a launch, they said, all right, focus on the story, do the story stuff and such.
Mm-hmm.
So when Destiny 2 came around, it had a better story, although not the best story. It had a better story. But still, Activision was sitting there. They were basically holding Bungie back from what they wanted to do.
The thing that with Destiny is, like, they knew they had DLCs to put out, and they knew, like, you know, Activision was like, alright, you don't have to finish that story until release, that's fine, just put it in DLCs, you know? They had the whole plan, it was all figured out, like, it's just like Call of Duty, it's like, the game releases and you have 4 DLC packs, so it doesn't matter if the game's not done, you're gonna finish it with DLCs anyways. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, DLC should be something to add on to your game, not finish it. It's like, some YouTuber put it in a really cool analogy that I want to share here, is, imagine a video game is a cake, right? And DLCs are the icing on the cake. In the AAA unfinished games, The DLCs are the cake itself. Like, it's just there's way too much icing on that cake. It's not good anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's no cake. It's just icing. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you need to have cake with the icing.
It's like you need a balanced cake and a balanced icing. Otherwise, it's just too much garbage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but enough with Destiny 2. I'm very glad that Bungie has decided to split from Activision for Destiny 2 because now they're bringing it to like they're adding cross save, something Activision wouldn't let them do.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Well, they split from Activision, but Bungie's able to add cross save now, something that they weren't able to do because of Activision and because of PlayStation 4.
And Destiny 2 isn't it going to be free now?
One set of characters that you've worked on. So say your primary console was Xbox, you can now bring them to PlayStation 4 and the PC. And you don't have to worry about not being able to play with other people.
Finally.
They should do that for more games, honestly. That should be the case for every game.
That's such a cool feature.
Yeah.
But they're doing that, so like I can go play with my friends on PC, and I can use my Xbox characters. I don't have to re-level everyone up again.
Yeah.
Which I'm very happy about.
This is great.
That's why I have launched Destiny 2 on PC in, fuck knows, maybe a couple months now. 6 months. I'm waiting for cross save because it's coming out, and I'm happy. It's coming.
Yeah, you're not gonna waste your time regrinding what you've already done.
Yeah, might as well just do a freaking cross save.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for Destiny 2 and the way it's going.
But it's gonna be free, right? It's coming out on Steam.
Destiny 2 Year 1 content will be free. You still have to buy Forsaken and Shadowkeep, but
the base game is free. Yeah.
If you want to play Shadowkeep, you do not have to buy Forsaken to play Shadowkeep. You can play all that content, you can play everything, and you don't have to buy a single thing. You don't have to buy Forsaken and play through all of that. It's not required. Which I think is amazing. Because then, let's say, for example, you get Shadowkeep, you're like, oh, I want to play this. It's the new DLC, and Trombone doesn't want to play Forsaken. You can just buy that, and we can play that. And it doesn't matter.
So, you see, Destiny, I think, is a great example of the problem actually being the companies. Like, Activision is what was keeping them from doing the project they really wanted to do. And ever since they split, now, you know, the base game's gonna be free. You can have, whatever, cross-stat characters and everything. And that's just because Activision didn't want to do it. So, how many other games out there are stuck in that loop of, like, they're stuck. It's like they're like, okay, release a game.
There's so many.
There's so many. Yeah. Just so many games are coming out that like they have so much ambitious projects and they're just being
It's sad. It's like
they're being held back or it's too ambitious for them to complete.
Yeah.
And they dumb it down and they don't dumb it down.
It's not because they don't have the knowledge or they're not good enough or they don't have the money. It's just they don't have time. Like they're being forced to put that shit out way too soon, where if it's like they have the manpower and these guys are very talented, I'm sure, and they just put out a garbage game and it's not their fault, man. It's like they have to make something in like a year. It's crazy. Like games are being more and more expensive to create and harder to develop, and they have less and less time to do it, so it's not a good combination, you know.
I wish games were completed like they were back in the day. Like you got Halo Reach back in 2010 with Black Ops 1. Those games completed, everything was there. The DLC was actual DLC. It wasn't stuff left out of the game or stuff not finished.
Yeah.
Where's that era?
That. It's just like all these games that came out way before.
Like what went wrong?
Destiny 1 and stuff like that.
How did we let this happen?
They were all finished.
How did we let that happen as gamers? Like, what, like, the next gen, console back then, you know, Xbox One, when that first came out, it's like that's when it started to have all these microtransactions and...
Yeah, that's when.
Mobile style, purchases, you know? Like, how did that happen?
Stupid stuff.
Yeah.
That stupid amount of, like...
I think someone smartened up they looked at the mobile industry and they realized all these small little purchases, they were easy way to make money after you release the game. Say it was like Candy Crush and you released it free. You can spend money on these small purchases and people are making buck off of that money.
Yeah, and the thing is, those games are free.
Yeah,
That's
and once
why it's okay to some extent. And so when AAA companies that you have to buy the game, which is $80, and you buy a season pass, which is $50, then you have the fucking mobile style microtransaction. That's when it becomes crazy, man. Like, it's something to have a free game with microtransactions in it. That's why I think Fortnite doesn't get as much shit as Black Ops 4. It's like people who play Fortnite, they don't really care about the microtransactions that much. People buy V-Bucks all the time. It's like, because the game is free, right? Where you look at the opposite side of the coin, which is like Black Ops 4, the game is fucking $120. And then you want me to pay more?
Pay like fucking $2 for a pixel.
Yeah, the red dot, the $2 red dot. Oh my god. I totally forgot about that.
Site, it's not in the game. You have to go buy it.
No, there are red dots in the game, but that specific red dot was $2. It's crazy. It's like, I understand it for free games, and I don't care that much, but god damn, you guys need to leave that alone. I think we didn't really talk about Ubisoft, but I think Ubisoft has really changed. You look at Far Cry 5. I've played Far Cry 5 a little bit. You can literally buy gold in the game. Mind you, it's a single-player game. You can buy skins and everything. I mean, there's co-op in it, but...
Oh, what was it? It was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think.
Yes, it's the same thing as Far Cry 5. You can buy, gold coins or gold bars.
That's what Ubisoft is doing now. Huh?
Yeah, in single-player games, you can literally buy your progress. Like, why even finish the game if you already have all the skills unlocked just by paying $10? It's ridiculous. I don't understand why people would even consider buying this shit.
Yeah,
apparently people
you're
do.
Paying to have your game finished.
Yeah, it's like
you're paying to have it the easy way.
It's like, oh, I don't want to grind on this game that I just bought. I don't want to play it, so I'll just pay more. I don't want to play that game.
I mean, I understand for the people that can't grind and that, like, they have really
that don't have the time.
But then why do you even buy the game if you don't have time to play it?
That's what's like.
What's the point?
Weird.
Yeah, why buy the game? I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Xbox. I haven't played it yet. I haven't gotten around to it. But like, I don't understand why buy a game if you're not gonna play it. You're gonna play it, but you're not gonna play it.
It's ridiculous. It's like, imagine if back then you would buy Halo 3, right? But then in Halo 3 you can buy gold bars in order to I don't know, fucking unlock a level earlier or something.
Oh, you're gonna play the last mission without playing all the other missions? Yeah. Buy this gold bar pack.
You know, like, that's literally what it is. It's like you get access to more content
in single-player games.
Single-player games.
So fucking dumb.
What's worse is Bethesda. Like Bethesda has done it in a different way. It's not really unlocking content; it's getting new content made by modders.
Oh, the mods.
Oh,
and
God.
The paid mods.
I am one that has used the Creation Club. I actually like a lot of the stuff in the Creation Club. So I'm not opposed to buying it and then buying the mod.
There's like a whole... it's like... Here's the thing. I'm glad the people who create the mods actually get some money out of it. I think it's great. I think, it's good for the creators. But the way Bethesda handled it, I think, is very shitty. And I don't know. It's like they profited off of those creators, basically.
Yeah.
And out of their customers. Yeah.
That's totally Bethesda.
I just want to buy the mod. Give me a flat rate. I'll buy the mod.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to buy all these Creation Club tokens and such, and then use those to buy the mods.
No,
I want to buy what I want.
I don't agree with the Creation Club. It's like, yeah, it's a good idea on paper, but the way it was executed is just...
Its execution was terrible. It was completely awful.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that.
It felt very lazy.
I am a Bethesda suck-up. I love Bethesda. But I do agree that the Creation Club, terribly executed. Great idea, though. I would much rather pay like DLC where it's just a flat rate. I don't have to buy tokens to buy a DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's dumb. And that's the thing. It's not even content that Bethesda is creating. It's literally fan-made shit.
That's the worst about it.
Why would the fans need to buy fan-made creations is beyond me. It's not even real DLC at this point. It's, I don't know. It's a weird situation.
It's weird. They're in a weird spot.
At least for Fallout 76, they made their own shitty skins.
The creation club.
That they sold at fucking $20.
Dude, what was that? Like that blue painting for your power armor was like $20. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a blue painting.
Honestly, but
It's the color blue.
Fallout
20
Creation Club is
bucks.
a lot worse than Skyrim's Creation Club. I'm just gonna say that now.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
It's by far the worst part. It's the worst out of the two.
Oh man.
Not mentioning Fallout 76's fucking shitty ass cosmetics.
Oh boy, I was looking at the store when, because the game was free for a weekend. I tried it out. You guys can check out the video on my YouTube channel if you're interested.
Look at him linking himself.
I mean, it's my podcast. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Twitch.tv/Tromonorist?
Oh, what? No,
Yeah, I cut that
don't
out,
watch that
sorry.
guy. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna edit this out. Okay, anyways. Yeah. I lost what I was gonna say. Yeah, Fallout 76. So I look at the store, right? And I was like, just looking at it, just, because why not? And there were some stuff on there, like emotes. Just emotes. Like $8 fucking dollars. It's just like a waving emote. I'm like, why?
Who pays for
Who-
emotes?
Yeah, who buys this shit, man? I don't understand. It's not like it was a loot box that gave you a waving emote as filler content. No, it's an actual fucking $8 waving emote that you're gonna use twice for... Like, there's no players fucking playing the game anyways. Who are you gonna wave to? You know?
You're gonna wait till the guy who's about to shoot you.
Like, I don't understand, man. It's ridiculous.
If you want to buy this really sexy, classy jazz douchebag looking outfit, that's gonna be $20, please.
Oh.
Basically,
What they did at the beginning, they saw what's that? No, it was during Christmas. They sold the Christmas outfit,
Mhm.
and they at release announced them half price, which you
Yes.
can't do like legally.
It's not half price. Like, okay, here's the thing about
yeah.
sales, okay, that I think is really funny is people are like, okay, let's say there's that $60, like, Fallout 76, actually a great example, okay? The game is technically a AAA $80 game, Canadian, $60 US, right?
Yeah.
It's a full AAA price. Yet 1 week after the game release, it was like $30,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So people are like, well, I'll buy the game, it's half price. No, it's not half price. That's the new retail price. The game is $30, okay? If your game drops half price after 1 week of release, I'm sorry, that's not a sale. That's the new retail price. Like,
Give him a minute.
and so people are like, well, I'll buy it. It's half price. I don't care how bad it is. No,
I
that's
think I bought it
fucking
at-
stupid, man.
I'm pretty sure I bought it on Xbox One at $30, and then I played with a friend. 'Cause I have played it. I played with a friend over a span of a couple days. There really wasn't content.
There's
Like,
nothing
you-
to do. I played for about 8 hours, I believe.
It was walk to this location.
I
talk
did
to this
everything in the game.
quest.
Yeah, I saw everything I needed to see. I'm like, okay.
And then there was one walk to this location, kill some guys. Walk to this location, kill some guys. Oh, hey, this random robot came up to you. Go find this dead person. Oh, it's already dead, even though you think they're going to be alive. When in reality, there's no NPCs, so they're dead.
Exactly.
Also, kill people on the way there.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I hate about the game. It keeps lying to you. It's like, go find this person. You get there, it's a corpse with a radio. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Like, I hated that. It's so dumb.
it suffers from what Skyrim is kind of like, because a lot of Skyrim side quests were basically, hey, I need you to find this thing for me. Go find it. It's in said cave. Go do it. And then there was hey,
Well,
there's bandits here. Go kill them.
At least there's a fucking some kind of backstory to it. Like, yes, it might be lazy or lame, but at least there's something there. Like, there's a fucking character who cares about the object. You're gonna grab him.
Hey, my sword that I've had for the longest time. I'm a mercenary. I'm too lazy to go to this thing and do it. Can you go kill all these bandits so I can deal with myself? Thank you.
Well, Fallout 76, it's literally going up to corpses, so you know.
If
I
I
don't
knew we
know.
were playing Corpse Simulator in Fallout 76, I would have bought this game at full price the second it came out.
All right. Yeah, here's another thing. Like the marketing for 2006 was very good. It was like the trailers and shit are like really nice, but yeah.
Country Roads.
Once again,
Good
it's
song.
like more money and marketing than the budget for the development, and yeah, it's a shame. Anyways, we are about in the 1 hour mark of the podcast, so
Already?
yeah, already it's been an hour.
Jeez.
So Q&A time. The question this week, I'm gonna make sure I read it correctly. Okay. So here's the question. I'm gonna answer it, and then I'll let you guys answer it. So, what is your worst video game that you keep going back to, even though it's trash? I think it's DayZ for me. It's got to be DayZ, because we talked about the whole situation with DayZ earlier and how crappy and shitty it is, and the game is not finished. Whatever what the devs say, it's broken. There's a lot of glitches, but I still play it. It's like one of my main games. I love DayZ. I think there's so much potential, and it's one of my favorite games. But God, is it awful? You know. Anyways, what about you guys? What's the worst game you keep playing, even though it's shit?
You first, Simon.
You sure? I still gotta think about it.
All right, fine. Then I'll go first. Honestly, I was gonna say Halo: The Master Chief Collection when at launch.
At launch.
But ever since they fixed it, I thought about that. I was like, I really can't say that anymore.
No, it's fixed.
But yeah, basically, my second best thing would be Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I thought about it, but
I rarely go back to it, but it's like it's so shit that I don't play it unless you're like, hey Nick, let's go play it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, Black Ops 4 is definitely my number 2, for sure. It definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when MCC first launched, it was great, even though it was pretty broken.
I stuck with it when it was broken. I didn't deviate from it. I know a lot of people were trashing on it.
It wasn't unplayable, like.
No, it was playable just fine solo.
Yeah.
But trying to do Halo 2 speedruns back then, oh man.
So do you have a worst game, Simon?
A shitty game. You mean a shitty game like unfinished thing broken, or like a bad game like?
Well, it's kind of the same thing, right? It's like anything bad that you know is bad, but that you still enjoy playing.
Well, like I'd say League.
Your guilty pleasure, League of Legends.
Yeah.
It's like you hate the game, but you still play it.
It's frustrating. It's going in the wrong direction, like most games we're playing. And it's just the rules on this game are unclear and bullshit.
I've heard a lot of bad things about it.
The community sucks. People just ruin other people's games for their own pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a toxic game. It's not good for your morale, but I don't know why.
It's like CS:GO, but probably worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like to kill time on this thing and try and be better, I guess. Because it's quite. What I like about it is it's competitive. It's hard as fuck.
Yeah, it's when you get good to
other people. What the games I most like are PvP games. Mm-hmm. I played a shitload of Dark Souls. I play Street Fighter, but this thing is like the mechanics are very deep. That's what keeps making me come back to it. I think.
So like the main game, like what the game is, you like everything surrounding it is what makes it bad for you.
You can't enjoy it if you. Like, imagine you're in a house you hate.
Yeah.
Like, you like it because it's your house, but I mean...
Yeah, I see what you mean. You keep going back to your house because you have to. But
I like it because I live here and I have food here stored somewhere.
But like, you're gonna be sad.
Yeah.
But at least I'm not sad playing it. I mean, I enjoy it. But people hate the shit out of this game nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let's see what you guys had to say about the Q&A this week. So the first comment or answer is from Panic, who says,
"Oh,
if I played DayZ, that would probably be the one. but I don't. And for the others, when it's trash, I just don't go back to it. Or maybe I guess I could say Morrowind. Actually, it's pretty bugged. You guys played Morrowind, why? Right?
I have
I
not
haven't.
played Morrowind all the way through. I have played about an hour of it and got bored because it was so out fucking dated. It needed an update.
Yeah, yeah.
Graphics didn't age well. Mechanics didn't age well. Everything aged poorly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All
wait
right.
for Skywind.
I mean, I never played Morrowind, but knowing Bethesda games,
Oh,
I'm sure it's
you
full of
will like.
bugs. So yeah, I mean that sucks though. All right. We have another comment from Alexi who says, "I don't have a worst game in mind, but the baddest, not the worst, is CS:GO. The community become very bad. They made it free, so there's more cheaters and Smurfs now, and it's a fucking casino. I just play it to
Yeah.
train my aim and reflexes first, and when I play with friends, just to play. So,
See, I also was playing before it went free.
mhm.
So was I.
And,
Not competitively, but still, I played it a little bit.
he's right. That's exactly what happened.
I
Yeah.
want my $15 back.
But like, do you still play the game regularly, or did that really just kill it for you?
Well, I mean,
I
I
stopped
don't
playing.
play it that much anymore just because I don't think it's fun.
Mhm.
You don't
I
even
mean, I
have
don't
friends
have
to play,
I
do
don't have
you?
anybody to play it with. I guess it would be fun, but
I stopped playing it because I didn't have friends to play it with
in
anymore.
my
so-
personal experience, every single ranked match I've been in, there were hackers.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's pretty bad.
And in casual, you had the like normal people.
Mhm.
It's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like it's very similar to the League of Legends situation you were talking about. Like, the main game is still fun, and you still go back
It's
to
the
play the
community.
game, but it's everything surrounding the game that makes it bad. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very similar. Okay, that's interesting. Thanks for your answer, Alexi. And next we have totally not trombone because it's not trombone.
Whoa, what?
It's not, and it's not you. What? No. So
That's some fucking weird ass shit.
yeah, that's a really weird username. Anyways, so totally not trombone says the worst game I keep going back to, even though it's trash, is Call of Duty. Please fix for fuck's sake. It's so weird that he has the same answer as you, trombone.
I bet you he's mad about DLC 3 World War II as well.
Oh god, we didn't even touch on that, did we?
No, we don't need to touch on it right now.
Nope. Oh
I
god.
think we should all understand World War II DLC 3 was the worst DLC ever made in Call of Duty existence, and that should be saved for a different topic where I can just rant on for hours about it.
Alright.
I'm gonna be watching that.
Oh, fuck yeah, you will.
Alright. Well, thank you for your answer. Totally not trombone.
Yeah, that guy knows what's up.
Yeah, man, I think he's your biggest fan for something.
Oh yeah, because he's totally not trombone.
He's totally not you, yeah. Anyways, make sure you post your Q&A answers for next week by joining the Discord and or leave a comment on this video, whatever. I'll probably ask the question down in comments if you guys want to answer there as well and be featured on the episode. So yeah, that's the Q&A. I mean, I don't know. It's weird how we always go back to these games even though they're so shit. It's like there's so many games out there. There's so many games coming out. Yet we always go
That we
back to
could
play.
play.
Yeah, exactly. We always go
Yeah.
back to the same ones even though they have so many
I haven't
problems.
touched any of the new releases. I'm still playing League and fucking Dark Souls, and
Mhm.
I don't know.
The thing, I buy the new games.
I have a PS4, and shit, there were a lot of good PS4 games this year and last year.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
Yeah.
I
Never was
haven't
really
bought
good.
a single one of them.
I've played Days Gone. Days Gone was very fun. I definitely recommend it. If you're looking for a new game to play, it's a lot of fun.
I still need to play Plague Tale.
Spider-Man's a lot of fun too. What else came out? It's a PS4 exclusive. I don't know. Whatever. There's so many
Not a lot.
games. It's like, no, I know definitely what you mean. There's a lot of games that I've played a little bit and I just went back to play COD or whatever. Like Red Dead
Yeah.
2, I didn't even finish. It's
I
not
haven't
because I don't
even,
like the game. It's
yeah.
just
I imagine. Apparently, it just plays itself.
oh yeah, it's very
I
linear.
despise those games.
Hmm.
It's
You know, I don't know if you guys
boring. I could
saw.
be watching a movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Red Dead 2 is definitely a movie-like
I
game.
love
It's not
watching
bad.
movies,
It's like you'll
so
play it once, but then you'll never play it again. You know.
I
Yeah,
like watching
that's
movies. And
what.
GTA 5 had a really good balance between like movie-like and then actual gameplay.
It
Like
was
GTA
yeah, it
5
was
still
Yeah, I
okay.
think you're totally right.
Yeah, GTA
I
5
GTA
think
was
5
okay.
was well balanced,
Yeah.
but both Red Deads
Even Red
were
Dead 1, yes,
so
was
tedious.
yeah, true.
I really want to play him now because I actually have never finished Red Dead 1. I know the ending, but I never finished it.
I finished it
And I
at
haven't
least
started
twice,
Red Dead
but
2.
yeah.
I haven't finished campaign. I finished a zombie.
Oh yeah, I never finished the zombie thing.
Yeah, you stopped bothering. I think at the plant part.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that it took me a while to figure it out.
Dude, the plants part was just so boring, you know. I don't know. But yeah, no, Red Dead, I mean, I love Red Dead 2. I think it's an amazing game. It's very immersive. It's just if I really wanted to go and finish it, I have to like be completely invested in it and really just play that for a week straight. Because what happens is I play the game for a couple hours. I'm enjoying it. And then I stop playing for a week, and when I come back, it's like, oh, I have to relearn everything again, and like, I need to remember where the story left off and everything. It's like watching
Yeah.
a movie. You can't watch a movie in a month. You have to watch the movie in one shot. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing
Funny
with Red
thing-
Dead 2. It's a fucking 60-hour long movie. So
I remember like where I leave off during games, and I find it's just for me, it's really easy to get right back into the story. Like I know what happened. I am fully aware. It happened to me with Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's
Mhm.
been 2 years now since I've tried to finish it,
yeah,
and I know where I left off every time, and I know what happened beforehand. But that's just because I have a great memory when it comes to something that I really like, or something that
yeah,
I'm like invested into. So
yeah. But see,
I
when
don't.
I'm invested in something, I finish it. You know, I go all in. That's the thing.
I don't.
Red Dead 2 didn't really grasp me to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this game for like 3 weeks straight. You know, it just didn't. I don't know if you guys saw the video of Nakey Jakey on Red Dead 2, but it's basically a 40-minute long video that explains exactly what you guys were saying, how linear Red Dead 2 has become, and he was explaining that basically anything you try to do that is remotely a little bit creative, or that you are not being forced by the game to do, you can't. It's like there's one time where he tried to go up a building into a room because he was some homeless guy on the street told him that there was a poker game up there, so he's like, I'm gonna go there. So then he finds the door and he manages to climb up the roof and go to that room, but then he couldn't until he triggered like the actual guy downstairs, and he would open the door for him in order to go play poker. It's like, what the fuck? So like, if you don't do it in the exact same way the game wants you to do it, you can't do it. It's like if your older brother was holding your hand the whole time, telling you exactly what to do precisely while you're playing. It's really, he was explaining it in a really good way, where he said, video games should be like a Lego box. Like, you can follow the instructions and build whatever is on the manual, but that's boring. You'd much rather use the Legos and build your own thing, right?
You know, at times.
At times, yeah, but the thing is, you like to have the choice of doing it. Like Red Dead 2 is just, okay, build this Lego structure, okay, now build this one, okay, now let's do this one. And it's just, you never can do your own thing. You can never do something creative. It's like, you're just following the script. You're just, like Simon was saying, like, you're being,
You're sitting back and watching it.
you're watching it happen. Yeah. So, in that, what happens then is, like, if you talk with your friends and you're like, hey, dude, I played Red Dead 2 and I met this homeless guy and I had this really cool mission and whatever that happens, like every other open world games, most likely your friend is going to say, well, yeah, I had this happen to me too. Which kind of breaks the whole purpose of the open world thing, which is like, everyone has a different experience. With Red Dead 2, it's not the case. Everyone has the same experience. You know, it's very linear. It's not really an open world game at all. Whereas if you would go and play, for example, I don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn or anything open world, You can do it in the order you want. You can do whatever missions you want, and you know, there's a lot more place for making up your own story. Where Red Dead 2, I think, lacks really any kind of open world gameplay. Because you know, the open world is very good when you don't do any missions. When you just roam around and do open world stuff, the game is very good. But it's like the game cannot decide if it wants to be open world or linear. And so whenever you enter a mission, it just drops the whole open world thing. It's like, okay, you need to go there, you need to do that, you need to blah blah blah. It's like, it's not fun, you know. I'd rather just not have any missions in the fucking game at this point, you know. It's kind of, I don't know. I'd recommend you guys watch the video. It explains a lot better than I could ever do, and it's very funny to watch. And it's 40 minutes, but it really passes by fast. It's very good. You won't see the time go. But anyways, yeah, so you guys should watch that
until I finish the game.
Oh, there's no spoilers, don't worry about it.
I still wouldn't watch it till I finish the game, just because I like to have my own perspective in mind before I look at someone else's.
No, yeah, for sure, but I don't know, I thought it was very interesting, and since you guys brought it up, I was like, yeah, that's definitely true.
Side note, Tactical just invited me to play Red Dead 2.
Well, it's
very coincidental.
Yeah, it is. Huh.
I think he's listening.
Oh, he's definitely listening. How is he listening to this while we were recording? That's impossible.
He knows the secrets.
Oh boy. But yeah. At the same time, most games that release, I don't know, like, they're pretty long. I don't know about you guys. It's like you need to really get invested in the game. Most of the games I buy, I play a little bit, and I never really finish unless they're pretty short. Like Red Dead 2, it's like a 60-hour long campaign. It's like,
you know, I'm still waiting for you to finish The Walking Dead final season.
Yeah, you really want to go into that again?
It's 2 hours.
What about Tomb Raider?
Yeah, I'll finish that after you finish The Walking Dead. How about that?
I'm curious, Simon, do you have a game that you always tell people, I'm gonna finish, yeah, I'll finish it, yeah, I want to finish it, but then you never did?
I suppose Fallout 4?
Fallout 4? But
now,
is there a game you really want to... Wait, what?
No.
Do you have a game that you're going to start and never start? Because I have a bunch of those.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too.
Horizon Zero Dawn is an example.
Yeah, see, I still want to finish that eventually, but...
I also want to get back... I want to play Beyond Two Souls again, remastered, on the PlayStation 4, or it was released for the PlayStation 4.
That should look good.
Beyond Two Souls is an amazing game. I played it on PlayStation 3. A great game, like a great, really long game. And
is that made by the same devs who made Heavy Rain?
Heavy Rain?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I almost got this game.
And Detroit.
Yeah, there was like this triple bundle thing with all three games. I almost got.
I got a double bundle with Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. I need to play and finish Heavy Rain. I don't know. Something about the controls is like, it makes me not want to play it.
Mm-hmm. I need to play those games. They look fun.
They're amazing. Beyond Two Souls, great game.
Great.
But that's the thing. It's like you would say, okay, well, what about Walking Dead? What about Life is Strange? These games are like movies, right?
They're different.
It's not like Red Dead 2 though, where Red Dead 2 is acting like it's an open world, but then it's like a movie. Whereas these games are going all in, being like, yeah, we're basically a movie, you know?
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy Telltale's Walking Dead.
Charging you the price for it too.
Yeah, exactly. It's not $80. Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, you know, back then, right now it's like $60, but that's a different topic.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no,
man.
I think that's, I don't know, it's like it's a type of game, you know, it's story games, I guess you would call them. What's the exact term? Story-driven games?
Story-driven games that you make your own choice in? Story-driven, yeah, story-driven.
I guess that's it.
They're primarily story-driven, and you have to make choices.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you exactly would call it, but I wouldn't call it a click-and-point adventure.
No, not anymore. I mean, you actually move around and stuff, and...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see what they do with the Definitive Collection, but Different topic.
Oh yeah,
Different time.
definitely.
It's going to be a big, long talk when we do that one.
Oh yeah. No, I have a whole episode planned out about something related to that, but let's not go ahead of ourselves here. Let's not spoil it for the audience.
Wait, are you going to finish episode 4 before you start talking about it?
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, like right now. So after you're done this, go play it.
I'm probably gonna stream after this, but I don't know. We'll see. I might.
You're gonna go.
I might play it tonight.
You're gonna play it right now.
I'll play it right now. All right, see you guys. I need to go play episode 4. Sorry.
I will end this. I'll end the podcast for you. You're gonna go play episode 4 and watch Clementine.
I'm curious though. For the audience, let me ask you this question for you to answer in the comments. Is there like this one game that you always say you're gonna finish, or that you always tell people you're gonna finish, and then you never do, or that you'll always say you're gonna start but then you never do? Like, is there any? Because we even talked about this a little bit in the other episode with Jezzer, where we're like, oh, we never finished that game or whatever. I'm curious to see, are we the only ones who have this problem? Or,
no, we're definitely not.
I mean, I feel like it's a lot of people start games and just don't finish them. It's like we don't have the motivation to go through with it. I don't understand really what it is. I can't put my finger on it. It's like games back then. I would play through and replay the same game over and over. I enjoyed it so much. Games nowadays, I'm like, yeah, I mean, they're fun and everything, but I can't even bring myself to finish them.
I feel like that's another thing, though. Games like Dark Souls, Mario 64, and all that kind of stuff. You're always doing something.
Yeah.
Like you're working towards like a certain goal. Like, for example, Sonic Adventures 2 Battle and the Chow Garden, it gave you replayability. A lot of it too.
But in open world games, you're just. I feel like you're spending most of your time not doing what's fun about the game. You're just walking. It's walking simulator.
You're roaming around and making a checklist.
Watching stuff.
No, definitely. Games have become a lot more cinematic.
It's like
the graphics are better. Gameplay isn't all that important anymore, I feel like. It's like, we have good graphics, we need to show it off and have cool stuff happen on screen, but...
Like, I feel more and more like I'm watching a movie, like we said earlier.
Yeah, some games... Like, I talked a little bit about The Last of Us. It's like, The Last of Us, I think, works pretty well as a movie game. Like,
that was a really good game, and that's the one game that I really enjoyed, and I literally went to finish.
When it's done well, it's perfect. It's great.
Did you play Last of Us, Simon?
I watched the playthrough, so when I started and I already knew all the story, I was like, meh.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
I watched the playthrough,
shouldn't have
and
watched.
then I played the remaster, and it was so good.
I don't watch playthroughs anymore.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but I know what you mean.
Game that I'm just not gonna buy, and I really want to see it because I'm interested. Something of Edith Finch. I watched the playthrough of that game.
Oh, it was free recently on the Epic Store.
I never got it for free, sadly. I wish I did.
Oh.
My friends told me it was great.
Yeah, I watched the playthrough of it. It looked so good.
I don't know. I never even heard about that game before, so I couldn't tell you.
It's weird. It's not it's not your typical game. You go to like someplace and then you learn the story about someone in your family's past and stuff, and you learn a little bit more. I don't want to say anything because it's kind of like part of the point of the game.
Okay.
So I would recommend, if you have it for free, check it out. It is pretty freaking good.
Okay.
There's a lot of like what the fuck moments.
All right. Anyways, we're getting to the end of the podcast already. Oh boy.
I can't believe it. We're already ending.
It's been going pretty fast. I mean, there was a lot of stuff to talk about. We didn't really get all that off topic this time. I feel like we had so much stuff to talk about, the topics that,
Yeah.
So last week at the grocery store.
Yeah, right. We didn't go off topic about grocery stores for half an hour this time, at least.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was fun, but, I don't know. I think we did a pretty good job. Anyways, before we end off, I want to give a huge shout outs to my boys, Tromonorous. You can find him on YouTube at Tromonorous and Twitch as well. And my boy Dr. Pepper right here, you can find on Twitch as well at Dr. Pepper05. Yeah, he's gonna stream Dark Souls pretty soon, so if you're ever interested in watching him play that, then go do that.
Yep.
What about you, Trombone? Are you ever gonna do that Skyrim playthrough or something? What are your plans? What are your plans, guys? Let people know what the fuck you're working on.
Well, probably not. But the thing is, I was before, like after I stopped it, I had worked on another project. It was a Halo 2 bouncing montage that I worked on after I said I'm not gonna do this anymore, and I had a lot of fun with that. And I had plans to do 2 more montages with the other people. And then the guy quit. He said, "I'm not getting there's no numbers. No one cares about this content. I quit." And I'm like, "Dude, you shouldn't do this for the numbers." He's like, "No, I do it all for the numbers. I quit. I want people to come back, and if they're not going to come back to this, I'm just not going to do it anymore."
Yeah, that's a shame.
And it's like he wants to revive the community, and I want to be there and help. But it's when you quit because no one's coming back to something that's dead, you're just making the community more dead than it already is.
That's true. It's like, for example, if we decided to give up on the podcast on episode 5, I mean, it's like if you don't keep going, yeah, we're doing 5 episodes.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Here's the thing: it's like if you just stop and give up, then of course nobody's gonna ever watch your stuff because you're not making it, right?
There's a reason why I admire the Halo tricking community. There's a group of trickers left that do a bunch of crap, and they involve other people in the trickers. I'm a moderator in that server. What a mistake that is, by the way.
Oh god, it's Tremona's moderator. What?
I know.
He's the one who should be moderated.
They don't stop doing what they do because no one watches it. They do it because they love what they do, and I admire what they do, and I like helping them do it as well.
No,
I'm not a part of the group. I probably will never be a part of the group. I am friends with most of them, but I'll probably never be a part of their group because I like what they do. I don't keep up with it.
Yeah,
there were things I would love help with. I loved helping with 6-hour long tricks because that was just a lot of fun. I got to talk to people that I like.
Yeah,
But then it's just I'm not really invested in the tricking community as much. I'm more invested in the Halo bouncing community. And technically that's different from the tricking community in their eyes. I don't see how it is, but
well, I can respect that. Yeah, no, definitely. Like someone who sticks to their content because that's what they believe in and that's their passion. I can definitely respect that. And they don't just go and be like, "Oh, we're gonna do something else because we don't get enough views or whatever." No, for sure.
And I'm not happy with the bouncing community and the only team left and the guy deciding to quit. I want to help. I really want to help. I want to make videos. I want to have montages out there, bouncing tutorials and such. But
well, at the end of the day, it's like you can't force him to do things if he's not motivated to do it.
Therefore, I'm stuck in a position. Do I also quit and give up because there's no one else doing it? Or do I become the sole person and I have to take responsibility for everything else? So I'm stuck in that dilemma right now with what I want to do content-wise.
Well, make sure you subscribe to Trombone to find out whatever he decides to do.
Yeah, that's what everyone
It's like a cliffhanger. This is amazing.
I'm also stuck in the dilemma of what do I want to do in real life as well. Do I know what I want to do. I want to pursue music. Thing is, how do I want to pursue it is my question. So I'm stuck with 2 dilemmas, 2 of the same dilemmas on two totally different spectrums. I'm stuck on the real life one and I'm stuck on the electronic version one.
Well, I think the only way you can really decide is if you're honest with yourself and, you're like, okay, you
and
try
I know what I want.
Yeah, well,
I won't spoil it, but I know what I want.
Well, yeah.
It's just how am I going to do this? How am I going to have to put the time in when I have so much to worry about elsewhere as well?
Well, you're the only one who can find that out, so.
Yeah, and I'm stuck with real life stuff. I have to worry about music, real life, which is going to be my career. It's where am I going to make a career in music? Because I also, fun fact, just like the Halo 2 bouncing community, which is dead, the genre of music I want to go into is also dead.
God damn.
So I picked the worst things possible, but I love them to death, and I won't stop doing them till I die.
Well, then just go all in. Like, it's like trends come and go. It's like maybe in 5 years, who knows? Maybe Halo tricking will be big again. And if you're the one guy who kept being dedicated to it and kept creating content of it, then you'll get rewarded eventually. You know, just keep going at it. Do whatever you love. What about you, Simon? What about you? I know you talked about Dark Souls, but do you have any other plans for any kind of content on the internet or anything?
Well, see, I do want to stream, but I think it's pretty depressing just to watch my blurry piece of shit potato quality stream.
I love potatoes.
So my the big goal right now is to raise enough money to live in an apartment and something, so I can actually stream online games with you guys.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm gonna probably stick to solo. Maybe do a bit of stuff with you guys, but I don't have huge plans right now.
When are you playing World War Z with us?
The thing is,
difficulty.
the thing, yeah, Simon doesn't have like the greatest internet, so for him to stream an online game doesn't really work out. But that's why he's gonna do Dark Souls until he moves out, at least. So you guys can follow him and check that out. All right. Well, that's gonna be pretty much it for this week. I mean, we're an hour and a half in, so
I'm surprised.
that went by really fast.
Right on time.
Right on time.
I better message my friend and tell him, hey, I'm done an hour late.
Alright, well, thanks for joining me, guys. It was a lot of fun. We had great discussions. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Minecraft is still a good game. I'm still playing it to this day.
Are you still playing Minecraft? Answer the Q&A question. No, I'm just kidding.
Please answer.
Next episode about Minecraft.
I started a new world with friends, and we're re-exploring Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, alright, we can talk about Minecraft next time, I guess, a little bit.
And Walking Dead. And the Minecraft story mode.
We still have so much to talk about. Minecraft story mode? What, did he just say Minecraft story mode?
I did. Fun fact, I like that games. I like those games.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna murder you in the next episode about this. Alright. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week, same time, for another podcast. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you follow us on every social media, and join the Discord to be a part of the Q&A section and be featured on the next episode. So check that out, become part of the community. We love you. Goodbye.
Please don't follow me home.
Part of the family!
We done?